Díobh gach duine fáilte rastas Jockety Cúilín Media. Very welcome back to Cúilín Media for another league preview show. This time we are previewing the Lidl LGFA Leagues for 2026. Séamus Brady here from Montclair, joined by Matthew Hurley, the Gaelic statsman, Liam White, the man behind the Faithful podcast, and Aaron Prendergast, the man behind Gaelic Games Fan TV. We are going to give a full breakdown, preview and bravely predictions for how the league is going to go. So let's start off, gents, with Division 1. Matthew, I'll go to you first for this one. Can I please get your table down the lens? What are your predictions for Division 1 in the LGFA League of 2026?
So in 8th place I have Kildare, in 7th place I have Cork, in 6th I have Meath, in 5th I have Armagh, in 4th I have Dublin, in 3rd I have Waterford, in 2nd I have Kerry, and I have 1st Galway, and I think Galway will win Division 1.
Okay. Questions, boys? Any questions for Matthew on that?
Yeah, I think Dublin in 4th, you said?
Yeah, they usually start slow in the league and then build as the season goes on. So I think they'll do similar this season. I think the likes of Waterford will take the league a lot more seriously. And it's the new rules as well in LGFA. So it will take a lot of getting used to. Will the ladies struggle as much as the men did with the 2-pointers initially? I'm not entirely sure. Like Hannah Tyrrell's gone. Nicole Owens. It's going to be a new team with Dublin, more or less. It's going to be a lot of chopping and changing there. So whereas I think Galway and Kerry have round about the same players available there. So I think they'll make the final.
Kate Sullivan's going to be huge for us this year, right? Like Kate Sullivan was massive for us last year. Really, like she had to bide her time and wait for her crack because players like Carla Rowe were just immovable from the side. But when she finally got a chance, by God, she's absolutely taken it, nailed her starting place in there. Hannah Tyrrell being gone is a huge blow. Like there's no other way to frame it. But I've actually put us 3rd, and I'm going to give my prediction now. So my predictions for the little LGFA League of 2026, I've gone with Kerry 1st, Galway 2nd, Dublin 3rd, Armagh 4th, Waterford 5th, Meath 6th, Cork in 7th, and Kildare in 8th. I'm very hesitant to put Kildare 8th because of how much they surprised us last season, beating Armagh, especially in the championship. I wasn't expecting that one. But I'll jump to you lads next, and then we'll debate them all together. We fire each other questions. Liam, I'll go to you next. Your Division 1 predictions for 2026?
Yeah, so in 8th place, sorry Matthew, I've gone with Cork. In 7th place, I've gone with Kildare. In 6th place, I've gone with Meath. 5th, I've gone with Galway. 4th, I've gone with Armagh. 3rd, I've gone with Kerry. 2nd, I've gone with Waterford. And in 1st place, I've gone with Dublin.
Aaron, can I grab your predictions?
Yeah, so in 8th, I've gone for Kildare. 7th, Cork. 6th, I've gone for Waterford. 5th, I've gone for Meath. 4th is Armagh, 3rd is Kerry, 2nd I've gone for Dublin, and 1st is Galway, who I think will go up as champions or win the league, I should say.
Going up.
Yeah, nowhere else to go.
There's another level.
Secret division.
Interesting enough, lads, we're all predicting Meath to finish 6th, or 3 of us anyway. Did you say Meath 6th?
Yeah, I said Meath 5th.
Okay, but we're at 5th and 6th is what we're all going with. Yeah. They got to the final last year. Avian Cleary's gone to the AFLW. She's captain. She's a massive blow. Vicky Wall is obviously over in Australia as well. Their team is changing a lot from the team that won the All-Ireland back-to-back. Why are we all expecting them to struggle? Why would you say that?
I just have a feeling as well that defeat to Dublin in the All-Ireland final could be damaging to them. I don't know what it's a psychological thing of trying to recover from that. Like that was it the Leinster final last year that they were winning and then they kind of bottled it towards the end? I don't like using that word, but they kind of did to a degree, to be honest with you. And then they did so well to get to the All-Ireland final, and I'm not denying that, and the way that they won it against Kerry in the All-Ireland semi-final was absolutely remarkable, and especially the goals that were scored as well in that game were absolutely terrific. But I just feel like, look, Dublin were exceptional on the day, and I'm not going to deny that. But there's always two sides to every story in a final. Meath were so off the pace that I feel like that could hurt them potentially this year. I could be very wrong, but like you mentioned there, with especially Vicky Wall being gone is such a massive, massive miss. Now, I know they still have Duggan, etc., but I just feel like they're going to take a bit of a backspin. Maybe in the championship they'll come around good, potentially, but for the league campaign anyways, I feel like other teams are just going to be above them at the moment, and they're going to be in a bit of a hangover period.
It's not just Vicky Wall as well. Sarah Wall's gone too. Sarah Wall's gone. Their centre-back that scored the cracking goal against Kerry.
To a degree.
Yeah, she was amazing in the championship last year. Cracking goal against Kerry in the semi-final. Like, her being gone, they've been decimated by these players going. And then you're talking about another big absentee that I don't think they've ever fully replaced. Guest on your pod, Niamh O'Sullivan. I don't think they've ever really replaced what she added to the team. Stacey Grimes is another one that has departed from the panel that wasn't around last year. She was a big blow. Yeah, Orla Duff. Like, they've lost a lot of players. Orla Lally is another one that went to AFLW. She was fantastic around midfield.
Like, arguably, I think the only one they've really replaced is Malika McGurk. Like, Robin Murray's an excellent goalkeeper. They haven't replaced anybody. I know Kerry Cole's an excellent corner forward, but is she up to the level of Niamh or Vicky Wall?
She's a different type of player.
That's it. Yeah.
So the team has completely changed. Another one we've gone with across the board, we've agreed Cork and Kildare are going down.
Yeah.
Sorry, Matthew.
Yeah. I just, what is it? Is the jump up too high? Galway,
so.
we've gone with Galway because how they were in Division 2 in the first place
They should have
baffled
been
me.
in Division 2.
The next one up is Cork. I think, again, players like Hannah Looney going, Eric O'Shea, Aoife Healy, like these are big players that Cork are going to be missing going into the league campaign. I think it all depends on how much the AFLW let them play.
That's the big issue with the
That's
LGFA in general.
the big issue. Because Eric O'Shea played in the Division 2 final last year for Cork. Made a big difference. Look, I know that they came up short in the day, but Eric O'Shea played for Cork. Anya McDonough didn't play for Galway. I think that is, it's not even a grain of rice. That is literally a ton of rice. If the clubs allow their best, like if Meath are given access in the league to Vicky Wall, Sarah Wall, Avian Cleary, that changes the whole league.
Yeah.
Then I'm definitely looking at them finishing the top 3.
Yeah.
Those players make such a difference. But it's, will they be allowed? Or if they're allowed Orla Lally to play for them as well.
Yeah.
But it just, she hasn't been playing for them the last few years, so I strongly doubt that she would.
If they are allowed, I think they'll definitely hop at the chance, in fairness, because the new rules are in and there's more physicality. And if anything, the new rules, having read the booklet, it will suit Vicky Watt because she won't be punished as often. There's 2-pointers in this as well. Like, I think that will suit, for example, why I have Galway winning Division 1. That will suit Roisin Leonard.
Oh, 100%. 2-pointer frees all day there with Roisin Leonard. Most of us have gone for a variation of Kerry, Galway, Dublin in the final. Armagh were in the final last year. I think maybe they'll take a little bit of a back step this year. Their loss to Kildare, I think, isn't a complete blip. I think it is. Like, they are slipping a little bit. They got to the final last year against Kerry, and Kerry did a number on them in the final.
Yeah, it feels like the window maybe for Armagh's kind of gone a little bit. There was kind of a window there for a couple of years with Amy Mackin and
they were
Niamh
so
Henderson,
unlucky,
Kelly
though.
Mallon, like, but just
That Kildare defeat, I'd say, hurt them badly.
100%. Like, it just feels like they were the pick for so long that a lot of people look towards to be like maybe an outside shout or a dark horse, and it just never really happened. Like, and
they kept being unlucky though. Like I remember one year they were right there, and Blaheen Mackin got injured, and then as she came back,
Amy Mackin
got injured, and
One in, one out.
Yeah, and I was just like, if they could just get everyone fit at the same time, I genuinely believe that if Amy had stayed fit and not got injured when Blaheen came back, I think the road was open for them. I really do believe the road was open. I think they could have won one, and it's a shame because you look at someone like Caroline O'Hanlon, like. When she retires, she could be the best LGFA player of all time to not win an All-Ireland. When you consider how long she's been doing it. Like, she's literally been doing it for 2 decades. Like, it's an outrageous level of time to be roughly at the top level and to not have made the breakthrough. But it could happen. Could still happen. They have a lot of good players. Lauren McConville's another one who's a superstar that if they can get her playing and not over in AFLW, again, she can make a huge difference. Waterford, they're another one that we've highlighted. They're in different positions. They're 5th for me. I think you had them in third. Did someone else? You had them in second, and you had them in 6th. Yeah, so
I think
we're expecting different things from Waterford.
I just think the window has to be open for them over the next couple of years. I think they need to nearly make this year a year they say, right, we need to take down Kerry and Munster, and we need to really make a surge towards getting ourselves to an All-Ireland final. And with the players that they have as well, I mean, sure, where do you even start? Lauren McGregor, Kellyanne Hogan, you know, these types of players, I feel will really want to make a statement this year. I mean, they were very unlucky not to beat Dublin last year in the championship. There was a drawn game, wasn't it, 113 each in the end. And I just feel like they kind of underperformed in the All-Ireland series, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like they were looking at those 2 semi-finals between Dublin, Galway and Kerry Meath thinking, we could easily beat one of these teams. 100%. We could easily be going to Croke Park to take on Dublin or Meath in an All-Ireland final. So I don't know. I feel like they will take the league extremely seriously this year, and I think they'll be look. I even feel bad. I probably, if I'm thinking about it now, I'd probably switch Galway and Armagh, maybe put Armagh 5th and Galway 4th. But I feel like Waterford will target a game against Galway and say we want to prove that we're better than them right now. And I feel like Kerry might take a step back this year to a small degree in the league, go absolutely gun hold in the championship, because I feel like they'll have regrets about losing to Meath last year in the fashion that they did. Dublin for me are still just strongest team in the championship, I think, championship and league. I think Dublin will win the final edgely against Waterford, but I think if they are to make that extra step, I think this is the year to do it.
I think for Kerry, having Siobhan Roche as captain this year is massive.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this, lads. I think Siobhan Roche might be the next AFLW player. I hope it doesn't happen.
I hope it doesn't happen, yeah.
But, hopefully not. But
I wish, if she gets the offer, I'd be delighted for her to go and experience it, but just from a spectator's point of view, you want to see the best players playing.
Yeah, of course. That's
it. My team to watch, there's no question about it. My team to watch this year is Galway, for sure. I think when you look at the run that Galway have been on over the last 2 years, up until that semi-final against Dublin last year, correct me if I'm wrong, 14 games in a row they'd won.
Yep.
Over the league and championship up until that game. And that game against Dublin, Hannah Tyrrell kicked a wonder free to send the game to extra time. They were so close to beating Dublin and knocking us out in O'Connor Park. And then you look at the way that Dublin won the final. Galway would have been looking at that. Maybe Meath would have beaten Galway in the final. Meath are a very good team, but Galway would have been looking at that thinking Dublin won that without really being a tight game. Galway definitely could have won that final. And I think you look at the journey they've been on over the last couple of seasons, winning Division 2, winning the Connacht Championship. They've got dominance over that now. Kilkerran Clonberne winning 5 All-Ireland Club Championships in a row. The players that they have, generational players, like Nicola Ward, Alva Davern's fantastic, Roisin Leonard, I think will thrive with these new 2-pointers. They've got a 2-pointed free kicker, which is, as we've seen on the men's game, with Rory Began and such, if you have a dime there that's a 2-point free kicker, it's such an advantage on your opponents. And the big thing is that if they can get Anya McDonough back from the AFLW the same way that they've got Vicky Wall back and stuff like that, I think Galway could be an outside shot for the All-Ireland this year. I really believe. I think you have to give Dublin the credit as the reigning All-Ireland champions. I think Kerry, for winning it the year before, have to be taken very, very serious. But I think Galway have to be considered as one of the front runners for the All-Ireland this year. But yeah, so we've given our predictions. Now it's time to move on to Division 2. So, are we ready to give our Division 2 predictions, lads? Liam, I'll throw it over to you first. What do you expect from Division 2 this year?
So I've gone with Wexford in 8th, Monaghan in 7th, Cavan in 6th. I've gone with Westmeath in 5th, Mayo in 4th, Donegal 3rd, Tipperary 2nd, and Tyrone in 1st. And for Tyrone to win Division 2.
Aaron?
Yeah, so I've gone Tyrone in 1st, Mayo in 2nd, Donegal 3rd. I've gone Tipperary, who are in 4th. And then I've gone Monaghan in 5th. And then I've gone Wexford and Westmeath to both go down.
Matthew?
So I've gone Wexford in 8th, Westmeath in 7th, Cavan in 6th, Monaghan in 5th, Donegal in 4th, Mayo in 3rd, Tipperary in 2nd, and Tyrone to top and win Division 2.
I've gone with Monaghan in 8th, Wexford in 7th, Westmeath in 6th, Donegal in 5th, Cavan in 4th, Tipperary in 3rd, Mayo in 2nd, and Tyrone in 1st. And I've gone with Tyrone to win Division 2 as well. I think the upward trajectory they're on, winning the Intermediate Championship, I think they will win Division 2 this season. But lads, again, Aoife Horsk is gone. One of their best players from last season. They won the Intermediate Championship though, and while she was one of the key players, by God, they had some other superb operators. Circa Gormley
was the big one.
Absolutely sensational there at centre forward. Maria Canavan, if they can get her back. I know she wasn't playing last year in the championship, but if they can get her back, she's a world beater there to have in the forward line.
Eve O'Neill.
Yeah. Sensational. The big one as well, if we're talking about teams that have been decimated by the AFLW, it's Mayo.
They've lost
Mayo, oh my goodness
I was
gracious.
even debating about switching them and Westmeath, I'll be honest with you. I think Mayo could be in for a very tough season.
Yeah.
Niamh Kelly, Grace Kelly, Aileen Gilroy, Rachel Kearns, the amount of players, Sarah Rowe, the amount
It
of
shows
players.
that they're developing such good players,
but
that's so detrimental to them and their development in games.
And I know I'm forgetting some. That's the scariest thing. That's off the top of the head, and I know that I'm forgetting.
Have left the panel as well.
Yeah.
And Shauna Howley.
And the scary thing is for Mayo is that clearly there's like a pipeline going from Mayo to the AFLW. You can't tell me that that's not the case now. Clearly there's a very set up structure. And now the problem is with Mayo is that last season when Sinead Walsh was scoring everything for Mayo, I'm sitting there looking at the game going, she's going to get tapped up to go to AFLW.
Yeah.
100%. She's going to get a contract because everyone else goes. And I think maybe it's because... I think maybe in hindsight now we can look back and say Cora Staunton was the trailblazer to go to the AFLW. She's from Mayo. That's where they got the first. That's where the slot machine paid out for them to the AFLW. So they're like, okay, clearly there's something in the water over there. Let's keep going back. And then they've got Aileen Gilroy, Sarah Rowe, Niamh Kelly Grace, Kelly Rachel Cairns, Dana Finn. They're all killing it over in Australia. They're going to keep going back because they're getting rewarded. Why would you not? But I do think... It's 47 players now. 47 players. That's not an experiment. That's like they have absolutely doubled down on this is now the plan. So I think there has to be now some communication between the LGFA and the AFLW that like, listen, let's structure our calendars a little bit here so that our championship isn't being impacted by your season. So that the likes of Vicky Wall, Kaylee Cronin, that they can play in the championship and then go to Australia. I think that's the bare minimum of that. Because the AFLW are literally, I know it's unbelievable for the players and for the individual players, you do only wish them the best in terms of going forward. But in terms of the AFLW to the LGFA, they're absolutely getting daylight robbery. Like they're literally getting primed, unbelievable athletes for nothing. Like they're not having to pay any transfer fee. They're not having to do a trade. They're not having to give something in return. They're just taking the player away. And for them, it's an amazing experience and you wish them nothing but the best. But I think at the bare minimum, the LGFA has to go to the AFLW now and negotiate and say, listen, we need to line our calendars up so that these players can play championship football and then the AFLW season can begin. Yeah. Sorry, that's a tangent. Anything else? Anything else from this league? We've predicted, most of us have predicted Wexford to struggle.
Yeah, Wexford will struggle.
Yeah,
I think so. Like they did really well to get promoted, to be fair, but I think they will go straight back down.
Yeah. Is there anything else before we move on to Division 3 and 4? I
think Westmead might come forward and shock a few people.
Okay.
I like a couple of their players, the Lara McCartan, Sarah Dillons, etc. So I think they might be okay.
You being kind to Westmead?
I know it's strange, isn't it?
Never ever thought we'd see that.
Midlands 103's listening. That's
all right. A few of us have Tipperary in second as well. Like they progressed really well getting to the All Ireland quarterfinal last year.
Exactly.
Yeah. Again, it's key with them. The Ashton Maloney's, how much can she play? Ashton McCarthy, how much can she play? Anna Rose Kennedy is superb. I think those are the key players for Tip. Okay, let's move then to Division 3. And we'll pick our winners here. What do you think for Division 3?
Yeah, so for my Division 3 predictions, I've gone for Laois and Louth in first and second. I've gone Roscommon third, Down in fourth, Antrim fifth. I've gone Fermanagh sixth, and Clare and Limerick to get relegated.
Liam?
Yeah, I'd agree, only I would be swapping around Antrim and Roscommon. I think Antrim, and actually I'm nearly tempted to go with Antrim over Louth to a degree, because I think some of the Erdness players that could be in there this year potentially as well after what they did last year, which was just remarkable, by the way. Still, I still can't believe that they had to go play away games in the All-Ireland semi-finals. But I think Laois are on. The problem with Laois to a small degree is players choosing between LGFA and Camogie. That's one big issue that they do have in that county. But I saw them last year in the way that they dismantled Monaghan in the semi-finals. I think, look, they just came up against a better Tyrone side on the day in the All-Ireland final in the intermediate, but I think they'll be okay this year. I think they'll be able to get themselves back up to Division 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go with my Division 3 table. I'm going to go with Laois first, Louth second, Roscommon third, Fermanagh fourth, Antrim fifth, Down sixth, Clare seventh, and Limerick in 8th place. And I'm going to go as well, for Laois to win Division 3. Matthew, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think Laois and Fermanagh will actually go up this year. I think Laois, I see them in the intermediate final. They look very good in fairness. And actually, I think Louth could actually have a tough season. Kate Flood out now, retired.
Yeah.
So I think Louth will struggle this season. But I think for Laois and Fermanagh, I think Fermanagh will depend a lot on Blocking Bogue if she's allowed to play.
Yeah.
For that Fermanagh team.
Emer
if
Smith
she does,
as well.
Emer Smith probably will play, but yeah, it's good. I'd say Fermanagh will go up along with Laois, but Laois will win Division 3.
Division 4, lads. What are we thinking for our final division? I'll go first, as I've been so brave to let you all stick your necks out first. I'll go with my predictions. So I've gone with Offaly to top the division. I've gone with Carlow to finish in second, Leitrim to finish in third, Sligo to finish in fourth, Longford to finish in fifth, Derry in sixth, Wicklow in seventh, and Kilkenny in eighth place. Aaron?
Yeah, so in terms of my predictions for Division 4, I've gone Leitrim in first, I've gone Sligo second, Offaly third, Carlow fourth, Longford in fifth, Wicklow in sixth, Derry seventh, and Kilkenny eighth.
Liam?
I've gone with Offaly in first. I've gone Carlow in second. I've gone Leitrim third, Sligo fourth. I've gone with Derry fifth, Longford sixth, and I'm actually going to go with Kilkenny in seventh place. I'm going to back them to win a game this year. Why not?
Okay, well, Muckalee,
I'm going on the Muckalee
Junior,
bandwagon. So yeah. There's my predictions.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Leitrim to top the table, Carlow to come second, Sligo to come third, Offaly to come fourth, Wicklow fifth, Longford sixth, Kilkenny seventh, and Derry eighth. I completely agree with Liam. I think this is the year Kilkenny win a game.
Yeah.
And I think this will be historic for Kilkenny LGFA.
Well, they're taking a step in the right direction. There's no question about it, the way that they're moving forward. And I respect that, like, it was in as tough a situation as the Kilkenny men's footballers was, but they've just kept at it. They've kept at it. And
hopefully the men's get a team.
Yeah, but you see Muckalee.
Like I think if you can see like what Kilkenny LGFA have done, like there's no reason why the men's team can't at least make a stab at it.
Absolutely. So that, folks, is our little LGFA League preview for 2026. It's been an absolute pleasure, lads. Don't forget, we have a live show from the studio about the men's Gaelic football leagues, about the hurling leagues, and we also will have a live one coming on the Cúilín Media YouTube channel with a special guest about the Camogie leagues of 2026, given that it is starting in the middle of February. So we're over a month away. We've a lot of things that could change between now and then, so we'll be a little bit closer to the time on that one. But do tune in. It's been an absolute pleasure, lads. It's been long overdue that we do a show in the studio together. Thank you for joining us. Until the next one, Torah.